was not your first crossing of the ocean, though it was the first you remembered. A body doesn't simply leave and arrive. The water has always been what we come from, and our primary method of escape. When you lay down beside the debris and took the violin into your arms, cradling it with your lips pressed against its body, they turned their eyes away from you. The intimacy of the act agitated memories better observed obliquely. The weathered skin of their mother's hands, the creases around their father's eyes, the sunset as it cast its wide net of color over the schoolyard in the towns of their youth. Names they had washed from their tongues because what use was it to say a name that no longer had a body or a place on the earth that they could touch? What use? Instead, they focused their gaze on the fields surrounding the village. Long stalks of wheat approaching the sky, and beneath the stalks of wheat, long green hoses they had plunged into the dry, rock-laden soil, which drew water from the lake at the center of the valley. They ran their thumbs over the toughened calluses on their palms like prayer beads. What grows with work, they thought to themselves, to crowd out the other thoughts. What grows? But the wheat had always grown there, had always been harvested. Sometimes when we make our bodies into countries, sometimes we can see nothing but the boundaries we have asserted to believe we exist. Sometimes it becomes various types of war. You knew only the words for God and water in their language, but you wanted desperately that they should understand why you had come. So with your body as the interpreter, you told them the story. How as a child, the wood of the violin had seeped in through the skin on the palms of your hands and above your collarbone. How it had descended deep into you, finally curling its way around your lungs. How it lived there, in you, in the epicenter of life and feeling. The violin, you explained to them, had been your proxy for speech, the vehicle through which you uttered the unspeakable, your father's rage, the terror that replaced him, which left you a refugee in the country of your home, seeking return to a place you could not name, too distant for your imagination to conjure. The way the violin had transformed all of the fear into a place that you could live. How it had then encircled your body, making a boat out of all of your longing. How it carried your body across the sprawling ocean all the long way here to the hill, where your belongings were strewn, where the violin lay rotting. What you did not tell them, because you did not know, was that as you had poured your secrets into the violin strings, you had told your father's stories and longings too. What happens to a person with no words or instrument to transmute the violence of memory? Though they tried to hide it, you saw how they looked at you as you danced your story there on the hill. How quickly the meaning of your story was lost. How quickly new meaning was then made. This is the untouchable solitude of the foreigner, forever relegated to an ahistorical condition, read and misconstrued through the codes of their new home, codes that cannot conceive of them. Their eyes left your skin hot and too tight around the meat of your body. One by one they turned away from you and the hill, walking toward the center of the village, where their squat cinder block homes were clustered together as if for warmth. The scent of dinner-time meals drifted across the field. You abandoned everything there in the withered grass, to be scorched and made into dust, to melt down into the earth. You washed your hands again and again. For a while, your only possessions, a few pairs of panties, one t-shirt, a leopard print miniskirt. At night, in your dreams, your father appeared, running across the valley to the hill. When he got there, gasping for breath, he pulled your sodden suitcase out of his mouth, his teeth crumbling to make space. From the suitcase, he lifted a dress, not yours, not your mother's, spreading it out onto the parched grass, smoothing all of its creases with a quiet, methodical tenderness. He lay down beside it, waiting for her return.